Good day children, Sairam and welcome back to our next lesson in geography, that is transport and communication. In our previous lecture, what have we learned children? Which lesson we have finished with? Yes, international date line. Now let's continue with our next lesson, that is transport and communication. Before we start, just answer some of my question over here. Here is a can you tell part. We have given some specific conditions. In this context, tell with reason which means of transport and route will you take. So you have to tell me which route you are going to take. You have to reach Bhopal from Nagpur due to some emergency. Now here, which transport and what route you are going to take. Transport and route you are going to take. You have to reach Bhopal from Nagpur. Nagpur is in Maharashtra and Bhopal is in Madhya Pradesh. Correct. Okay. So, which transport route you are going to take? Here is an emergency. So, in an emergency, which route you are going to take? You are going to take an airplane. Next question. You have to reach Kanyakumari carrying the message of cleanliness. There is no time limit for it. Now, which route and which transport facility are you going to use over here? Here, you are going to use what type of transport? Yes, here we are going to take roadways. Why? Because we are going to carry the message of cleanliness. So, it will be better if we go by road so that the message is given to everyone in the way. Okay, for that reason, as it is, though there is no time limit also, so everybody will get the message of cleanliness. For that reason, we are going to take the roadways. Next, send the Alfonso mangoes from Konkan to Arab countries. Now, how are you going to send the Alfonso mangoes from Konkan to Arab countries? Again, here we can send by airplane. Why by airplane? Because Alfonso mangoes are eating thing. Okay, it can get spoiled if we take too much time to reach. For that reason, we'll take the airplane and through the airplane, we'll send the Alfonso mangoes from Konkan to Arab countries. Next question. Indrayani variety of rice has to be exported from Pune to Cape Town of South Africa at low cost. Now see the conditions here. Indrayani, which is the best variety of rice. Okay, it has to be exported from where to where? From Pune to Cape Town of South Africa, and that also at a lower cost. Okay, low cost here. That means we cannot take an airplane and it is not possible to go by roadways. Okay, so in such a condition, what are we going to, which type of transport we are going to use here? Waterways. As we know children, we have learned about it. The cheapest mode of transport is the waterways. So here we are going to use the waterways to transport the Indrayani variety of rice from Pune to Cape Town of South Africa. Okay children, so here in this all this example, what have we understood? That transport and its route plays a very important role. So in this lesson we are going to learn about that only, that is transport and communication. Now let's have a geographical explanation. While traveling or transporting goods, we have to take certain things into consideration. Okay, first of all, the means of transport available at that place and the alternatives that are present. Okay, what is the first thing? Means of transport and the alternatives for that transport. That is the first thing we have to take into consideration. Then there are roadways, railways, waterways, airways and pipelines by which transportation can be done. So we have to choose from this which transportation we are going to use. Now, next thing is there are certain factors which have to be kept in mind when we are selecting the transport. Okay, just we cannot take out the things, or just we cannot come out of the house and yes, I am going to go to a certain place. So I will go in anything. If any whatever vehicle I am getting, I am in that I will go. No, it is not possible. First of all, we have to take into consideration certain factors. Okay, and then only we can choose the means of transport. whether it is for transportation of goods or whether it is for your traveling. Okay, in both the condition, factors are very much essential. Okay, let's see what are these factors. Yes, factors to be considered for transportation. Distance, how much distance it is. Okay, if it is a smaller distance, okay, we can go by roadways. Okay, so if it is a longer distance, it is not possible by roadways, so we can take a railway. Okay, then if it is not possible by railways also, we can take airways. Okay, then if a big water body is coming in the middle, then we can always we have two options then, airways and waterways. Okay, so distance plays a very important role, so that is your first factor. Then the physiography of that place. Okay, that particular place, what is the physiography, whether it is a mountainous area, whether it is a plain area, okay, whether it is a valley, whether it is an island, okay, whether it is a plateau. These all other physiography which you have to take into consideration when we are talking about the transportation. Okay, next is routes and means. Okay, what are the routes and means available over there in that place? Okay, which are the routes? For example, if airways is there, air route is there, or water route is there, or land route is there. Okay, and what type of means are available over there, what type of vehicles are available over there, that also plays a very important role. So distance, physiography, routes and its means. Okay, next is market. Okay, suppose we are transportation of good has to be taken place, then again market comes into consideration. Okay, we have to consider the market also. Okay, at what distance the market is, that also plays a very important role. Then the climate of that particular place also plays a very important role. Okay, what type of climate is there in that particular place. Okay, so that also becomes one of the factor. Then the products what you are going to carry from one place to the other, whether they are perishable. Okay, if they are perishable, they have to be transported quickly. So what type of products you are going to take, that also plays a very important role. Then the time, how much, suppose it is an emergency. In an emergency, you have to take the fastest route. If it is there is no time limit, then we can take as much as time we can have. So any route we can take that time, whether we are taking a roadways or whether we are taking the railways. That is also a factor. Then the cost, how much cost is affordable. Suppose you want to send export some of the goods, and that also at a lower cost. Then what type of route you are going to take? You are going to take the waterways. Instead of the airways, you are going to take the waterways. So cost also plays a very important role. Then the duration. Now your duration here means up till what time the good has to reach that place. Up till what time you have to reach that place. Okay, that also plays a very important role. So these are the various factors which you have to consider when you are choosing your transportation. Okay, factors to be considered for transportation, either your goods transportation or your traveling. Okay, so which are the factors? First is distance, then physiography, routes and means, market, climate, products, time, cost and duration. These are the various factors which you have to consider while transportation. Okay children, I hope you all have understood which are the factors to be considered. Okay. Now, if the above factors is considered, then only our time and money both is saved. Okay, time and money is saved during the journey of transport. Okay, whether you are traveling on your own or whether you are sending some good from one place to the other. Okay, when we consider all these factors, then only our time as well as money can be saved. Then second thing is, when we follow these factors, traveling becomes comfortable. Okay, when we are choosing a proper transportation, traveling becomes comfortable for us. Okay, if we just come out of the house and say I am going to Kashmir now, it is not possible, na? we have to choose our first of all transportation properly. If we don't choose, just we are going out like that only, then we have to take the lift, whatever vehicle we are getting, we have to go in that. We'll not have a proper place to sit. Okay, we will not be comfortable in that vehicle. Okay, all these problems you are going to face when you are not going to consider the above factors. Okay, so time and money is saved, traveling becomes comfortable. Suppose it is transport of goods, then transport is done without any damage to the goods. Whatever goods you are sending from one place to the other. Okay, if your transportation is proper according to the factors, then the goods will be sent to that place without damage. Okay, selling price paid by the customer is not only deciding the cost of production, but the transport cost as well as the production cost. Now whatever selling price the customer is paying, it is not only the cost of production, it is the transport cost also as well as the production cost also. That is included along with the selling price. Yes children, you all have learned in your profit and loss lesson. Okay, you all must be knowing the selling price is including the transport cost and the production cost also. The transport of freight should be done rapidly and safely. Whatever goods you are sending from one place to the other. Okay, that should be done rapidly also and safely also. The price of good can be kept low if the transportation is affordable. If in the transportation only so much of money is spent, okay, then the good that is going to be sold in the market, that also becomes expensive. Such type of good which is expensive, the customers don't buy it. Okay, so it is very much necessary that we keep the transportation affordable. Transportation is a basic infrastructure, so development of transportation is an indicator of the development of the country. Okay, so whenever we talk about the development of the country, first of all we see the transportation infrastructure of that country. If the transportation infrastructure is developed, so we can understand that this country is a developed country. Okay, so depending upon the transportation basic infrastructure, the country is said to be a developed country. Okay, so transportation also plays a very important role in the development of the country. The reforms in transport sector enhance the dynamicity of freight and passengers. Also, industries and markets develop. Whatever reforms, whatever changes are taking place in the transport sector, it not only enhances the dynamicity of freight and passengers, but also enhances industries and markets development. Okay, economic growth gets a boost over here. As per the capita income and the gross domestic product, this also increases. Okay, as per capita income, that is PCI, and gross domestic product also increase just because of the transport. Okay, because of transport, economic growth is getting a boost. And economic growth is getting a boost, what is happening? Per capita income and the GDP of the country also increases. Now, when you are reading a map, whenever we get a map, we can see a dense network at some places and a sparse network at others. Okay, if at all you get a map of the transport route of a particular place. So whenever we get that map, what do we find over there? Somewhere it is a dense network. That means more of the transport routes are there. While in some places hardly any transport routes are there. Okay, in some cases there are no transport routes at all. Why does this happen? Just to get an answer to this question, we are going to take a physical map of the region along with the transport map. So to study why this happens, why there is a dense network of transportation and the sparse network of transportation, we have to take two maps with us, that is physical map and the transport map. Okay children, I hope you all have understood till here. The remaining part of the lesson we'll do in the next lecture. Till then, thank you children.